The Earth was once the land of giants, and it still is to some extent. To this day, massive creatures do exist on Earth, and although they aren't dinosaurs, it doesn't make them any less cool. Also, this isn't a ranking video of the largest. If I made it that way, the list would be overrun with whales. But let's rather look at the biggest members of a few animal species on Earth. With that said though, let's start off with the largest insect on Earth and capping it off with the biggest animal to have ever existed. Here are 10 of the biggest animals in the world. Number 10. The Goliath Beetle. Based on weight and bulk, Goliath beetles are strong contenders for the title of largest insects on Earth. Native to Africa, males of these species can grow to over 4 inches and can weigh as much as 100 grams in their larval stage. They typically don't move much in the mornings when it's cool and stay in a lethargic state, but once they're warmed by the sun, they become more active. They'll fly away when they're frightened as well. Though they are believed to be primarily vegetarian in the wild, they have shown a voracious appetite for protein in captivity, and captive beetles are often fed dog and cat food. Out in the wild, Goliath beetles eat different types of plant material, fruit, dung, and remains of dead animals. They are an intricate part of the food chain, eliminating decaying matter of both plant and animal origin. Kinda think of them as the burly garbage men of the insect world. They are also one of the oldest species of insect in the world. They've been feeding on Earth's detritus for over 300 million years now, and there's no sign of them ever dying down. Number 9. The Chinese Giant Salamander. While the Chinese giant salamander does not fit the traditional definition of cute, they do have quite a fan base. Growing to nearly 6 feet long and weighing roughly 140 pounds, the flabby creatures are the largest amphibians in the world. Their beady, lidless eyes peer out from broad, flat heads with blunt snouts, and their mud-colored bodies have short limbs and long tails. The species' slimy skin is not pleasant to pet either. Previously thought to be only one species, it's been recently discovered that there are actually roughly half a dozen species of Chinese giant salamander. During this study, scientists fully expected to find probably 2 or even 3 species of the amphibian. After all, finding out that there are actually more species of an animal than previously thought isn't that rare. What blew their minds, though, was the fact that there were at least 5 species of the salamander, and that's really what chafed them. However, humans might have already driven some of those species towards extinction. In their endemic habitat of Rocky Mountain streams and lakes in China, the critically endangered salamanders are threatened by poaching and human intervention. Number 8. The Ostrich. The ostrich is the largest living bird with a height of 9 feet and a weight of 344 pounds and at 1.9 inches in size. Their eyes are also the largest of all birds. They don't have any teeth and they can survive without water for days, as they can make their own water internally and extract the rest from the vegetation that they eat. And mainly due to its spindly, awkward appearance, we sometimes forget just how strong these birds are. The fact is, this flightless bird's legs are immensely strong enough to propel the bird's 300+ pound frame up to 40 miles an hour. And being flightless birds, they also needed to learn how to fight unless they wanted to become easy meals for any predator. And with their wings pretty much useless, ostriches fight with their feet. Their kicks are so powerful that according to the American Ostrich Association, I'm actually surprised there's one of those, one solid front kick from an ostrich can instantly kill a full-grown flippin' lion. Number 7. The Saltwater Crocodile. The largest living reptile is the saltwater croc, growing to an average length of 17 feet, although they can reach 21 feet in length and weigh upwards of 1,000 pounds. They are distributed widely in brackish and saltwaters in parts of India, Asia, and Australia, and feed on all animals they can get their teeth into, which includes sharks if they get the chance. In other words, they sit pretty much on top of the food chain. These incredible creatures are known for the infamous death roll, a technique where it continuously flips its prey over in the water until it drowns, making it one of the most dangerous animals in the world. Luckily, there are strict policies in place when it comes to swimming with these crocs, and more often than not, it's the humans that are attacking them, not the other way around. These animals are widespread and can be found inhabiting coastal waters from Sri Lanka and the east coast of India through to the Southeast Asia and northern Australia. Number 6. The whale shark. Growing up to 65.5 feet long and weighing 27,500 pounds, the whale shark is without a doubt the largest shark in the world. Its fusiform body is broad in the midsection and narrows in the head and tail. The head is wide and flat with tiny eyes on the front, and the mouth is located at the tip of the snout. With 300 to 350 rows of teeth and 10 pairs of pads for filtering food, whale sharks' mouths can open about 5 feet. Like most pelagic sharks, whale sharks have one pair of pectoral fins, one pair of dorsal fins, and a caudal fin. It has a blue-gray colored back and a white belly. Whale sharks' extensive distribution covers all the tropical and temperate seas of the world, except for the Mediterranean Sea. They absolutely dominate waters in the latitudes between 35 degrees south and 30 degrees north in countries such as Australia, South Africa, Ecuador, Mexico, the Philippines, and Belize. Despite their massive and intimidating size, though, whale sharks mainly feed on plankton, although they will occasionally prey on small creatures like jellyfishes, krill, squids, anchovies, crabs, and sardines. Number 5. The polar bear and the Kodiak bear. The largest living land carnivores are the polar bear and the Kodiak bear, a brown bear subspecies. Since they have similar body sizes, it's not clear which is definitively larger. In both species, though, shoulder height has been measured at about more than 5.2 feet and a total length as much as 10 feet. The heaviest polar and brown bear weights recorded were respectively 2,210 pounds and 2,500 pounds. Polar bears roam the Arctic ice sheets and swim in that region's coastal waters. They're very strong swimmers, and their large front paws, which they use to paddle, are slightly webbed. Some polar bears have been swimming hundreds of miles from land, though they probably cover most of that distance by floating on sheets of ice. Kodiak bears, on the other hand, live exclusively in the islands of the Kodiak archipelago and have been isolated from other bears for about 12,000 years. However, despite being so isolated, their populations are healthy and productive. They enjoy a relatively pristine habitat and have a well-managed fish population. In most areas, the number of bears is stable, but there are some places where bear density is increasing. Number 4. The giraffe. At a height of 19 feet, the giraffe is the tallest living animal on Earth. Its neck alone is already at 6 feet tall. Their long legs and necks help them to eat leaves at the top of tall trees that other animals cannot reach. They have long tongues and no teeth at the front of their top jaw, which helps them to rip leaves from branches. Male giraffes use their necks for fighting, swinging them from side to side to headbutt their opponents as well. The reason for the long neck is debated among scientists, but it's useful for reaching food at the top of tall trees. The added height is also good for spotting approaching predators, and males use their long necks to compete with other males, a fight known as necking. Male giraffes swing their long necks and repeatedly headbutt the other's body. Males with longer and stronger necks tend to win these fights and often get the female. It's thought, therefore, that longer necks may also help when attracting said females. Number 3. The African elephant. The largest living land animal is the African elephant, which can weigh up to 7 tons, and they typically grow to 35 feet from trunk to tail while having a shoulder height of 13 feet. There are at least 2 species, the savanna elephant and the forest elephant. And unfortunately, both are currently cited as vulnerable in the IUCN Red List of threatened species. Even newborn elephant calves are big, standing at around 3 feet tall and weighing around 90 kilograms. And to grow that big at birth, they need to spend a lot more extra time in their mother's womb. How long, I hear you ask? Well, they actually have the longest pregnancy of any animal, which lasts for about 22 months. They are smart, social, and incredibly strong creatures. Elephants live and travel in groups which are led by a matriarch female who tends to be an older and experienced member of the group. Males, however, are pushed out of the group when they reach sexual maturity and roam alone when not breeding. it shows us what quite possibly is the biggest snake ever seen on Earth. Honestly, it's pretty obvious to see it's even bigger than the mighty Titan boa. However, this is fake, as no snake of that size has ever existed. But that's not saying there's no giant snake living today. Let's find out more about another snake next with number 2. The green anaconda. A member of the boa family, South America's green anaconda is, pound for pound, the largest snake in the world. Its cousin, the reticulated python, can reach slightly greater lengths, but the enormous girth of the anaconda makes it almost twice as heavy. Green anacondas can grow to more than 29 feet, weigh more than 550 pounds, and measure more than 12 inches in diameter. They reach their monumental size on a diet of wild pigs, deer, birds, turtles, capybara, caimans, and even jaguars. Anacondas are non-venomous constrictors, coiling their muscular bodies around captured prey and squeezing until the animal asphyxiates. Jaws attached by stretchy ligaments allow them to swallow their prey whole, no matter the size. And then they can go weeks or months without food after a big meal. Number 1. The blue whale. The blue whale isn't only the largest living animal today, it's actually the largest animal to have ever existed on Earth. They can reach a weight of about 198 tons and a length of 98 feet. Their tongues alone can weigh 7 tons, and that's as heavy as an elephant, and their heart's as much as a car. However, despite their massive size, these giants of the ocean feeds on some of the smallest marine life, tiny shrimp-like animals called krill. A single adult blue whale can consume 36,000 kilograms of krill a day by itself. Blue whales are baleen whales, which means they have fringe plates of fingernail-like material called baleen attached to their upper jaws. The giant animals feed by first gulping an enormous mouthful of water, expanding the palated skin on their throat and belly to take it in, and then the whale's massive tongue forces the water out through the thin, overlapping baleen plates. Thousands of krill are left behind, and then promptly swallowed by the giant whale. What was your favorite giant animal? Let us know down below in the comments. Also make sure to check out the channel's other amazing videos. As always, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Later, everybody!